Welcome. In this video, I will just give some information about a research paper on target tracking. The research paper focuses just proposed an algorithm for target tracking, the track initialization. So yeah, now which research paper I am showing, or I will just give information on. Okay, not this one. Okay, looks like this is the one. So yeah, track initialization algorithm based on. Okay, yeah, I just give some information what this paper has done, and I will keep the information in kind of question answer format, and I might show some information from the Google or Wikipedia just for the terms. So what this paper has accomplished. So the paper has proposed an algorithm for track initialization. And the proposed algorithm is based on Ramjack and DB Ramjack. Okay, so the algorithm is proposed for track initialization. So what is track initialization? Okay, track initialization is just associating new detections to tracks, just creating new tracks, associating tracks into existing tracks. I think in that area it focuses on it. So yeah, for more specific information, more specific definition, yeah, look review literature or search on Google. So let's see. So what is track initialization? Track initialization is the procedure by which a new target entering in sensor coverage is acquired by tracking system. So I think according to this definition, yeah, when a new target comes into the coverage area, how you map this target into tracks into the tracking system and find the tracks. That's what track initialization. Okay, track initialization uses hypothesis. However, it should not be the only thing. Anyway, so where we are. So yeah, what is track initialization? And this algorithm, this paper has proposed an algorithm of track initialization. Okay, so this paper has proposed Ranjak and DB Ranjak based track initialization algorithm for track management and track initialization. And the algorithm is supposed to be for a complicated environment. What is this complicated environment? I think dense clutter. Dense clutter means dense false alarm. I think there are two targets and there will be other objects in the coverage area that may appear to be targets, but those are not real targets, just confusing the real targets. Let's see, clutter. Yeah, I think let's say keep it in the conceptual level. I'm not going for an example. Or if an example, let's say you are trying to track cars, just only cars, pedestrian, I think passenger cars. So there can be trucks, trailers, SUVs, pedestrians. So all those can be seen as a clutter if your target is just the passenger car. Anyway, you can think about the sky if you are trying to track something in the sky. Okay, anyway, so complicated environment where there are dense clutters. probability of false alarm is high. And probability of detection is low, that we can define the complicated, cluttered environment. So Ranjak and DB Ranjak, yeah, sure, you need to know what is Ranjak and DB Ranjak. Ranjak, it's kind of a parameter estimation. In mathematical model, it's just a parameter estimation approach. And DB Ranjak, it is also a parameter estimation. However, it uses some sort of density estimation, density associations, those kind of things. And I believe, okay, these are related to sampling as well. So Ranjak and DB Ranjak, what are those? So this is Ranjak, random sample consensus, random sample consensus. So it's a parameter estimation technique that uses iterative method. Iterative method, I think repeating same thing again and again to go to find out the exact parameter. I think if you consider the software development approach, it's iterative approach. There is waterfall predefined, everything is fixed, but it's just, yeah, I think you can, anyway, it's not just you estimated the parameter and you are done, it's not. You probably will be fine tuning iteratively, going to the better estimation. Anyway, if I read this, so is an iterative method to estimate parameters of a mathematical model from a set of observed data that contains outliers. Okay, so it's also about outliers. So when outliers are to be accorded no influence on the values of the estimates. So it can also be told as an outlier detection method. So Ranjak can also be considered as an outlier detection method. So what is DB Ranjak? So DB Ranjak, I think it's about just bringing the density into the context and density for each measurement. Okay, so it defines density for each measurement. Density property, it defines density property for each measurement. And how is this density is being measured? Distribution of other measurements in its space. So distribution of other measurements in its space and time neighborhood. Yeah, I think, yeah, time. So we can assume that it's a time series data. Time is there. So yeah, I think for a particular time, and depending on the space, measurement space for the particular time, it will be finding the density of each measurement depending on the surrounding time, surrounding space, and on the time context. Okay, measurements within several sequential steps from a sliding window measurement set, and the density of each measurement is calculated. And here you can check the details. The core idea is it introduces density property for each measurement and uses that for the outlier detection, sampling, and estimation, parameter estimation. That is the core idea. Anyway, where is the Ranjak usually used? Ranjak is usually used in image processing and computer vision. And recently it is being used on track initialization. What is the DB Ranjak? I already told, but I can just read from my note. DB Ranjak uses the distribution of measurement in space and time as a prior information for sampling. D.B. Ranjak uses the distribution of measurement in space and time as a prior information for sampling. It just don't do random sampling blindly. It tries to consider the density property, considering the space and time measurement in space and time. So it avoids random sampling. It improves the efficiency of track initialization. So to which algorithm the proposed algorithm is compared? I think the proposed Ranjak and D.B. Ranjak based algorithm, what it is compared against? Who transform algorithm and the logic based algorithm. Okay, logic based algorithm, it uses m detections out of n. I think in the last m detections, if you see that for the m detections, you found the object or you could associate it, then you define the track to be confirmed track or successful tracking. Yeah, for now, and Ho transfer algorithm. So yeah, this is the Ho transfer algorithm. It's also a feature extraction technique used in image analysis, computer vision, and digital image processing. The purpose of the technique is to find imperfect instances of objects within a certain class of shapes by a voting procedures. I think for tracking, this is the important part. I think Ho transformation when used in tracking. So this is what it will be used for tracking purpose. Perfect instances of object or imperfect instances of objects. That's how the tracking, detection and tracking will be done. So Ho transfer algorithm based tracking will be using these features. Now, in this paper, this Ranjak and D.B. Ranjak, those are compared against this paper, against this algorithm, Ho transform algorithm, and also against a logic based algorithm. And yeah, I think this paper has found better performance. I think Ranjak and D.B. Ranjak based algorithm perform better in track initialization, better than the Ho transform and the logic based uh, track initialization algorithms. Okay, yeah, Ranjak and D.B. Ranjak perform better. However, I think it performed better in dense clutter environment, complicated environment. So, okay, I think it has to be checked whether it performed better in perfect environment or not so complicated environment. Okay, I did not try to see this yet, but yeah, you can check for it yet. But it looks like I think the focus was for the dense clutter environment. I think if it performs better in dense clutter environment, it is supposed to work better in the regular environment. However, there might be whether it is efficient or not, that can be the question, right? I think you probably doing some more calculation, computing, that's unnecessary in a normal environment. So yeah, this algorithm might be just only for the dense clutter environment if you consider the efficiency kind of things. So whether this algorithm tested in multi-sensor and multi-platform environments, no, that is told to be the next step for this research paper. Okay, I will review another paper. That's a different video. Anyway, thank you very much.